All right, so we talked about Timmy and Mason coming back. Your Sunday starter role opened up after Willis Montgomery was drafted by the Dodgers. Who are some of the candidates that could fill that role?
I think the two right now that we're looking towards are the guys from California, our junior college guys. And in years past, when we've added these players from the California JUCO schools, they seem to have been guys to add to our lineup, to add punch to our lineup, especially. And we had enough success with that we decided why not try to look for a pitcher or two. When we looked at our team last year, we knew that we would have a chance to have a pretty good squad this year. And when we looked to see what we could add, we said, hey, why don't we add some pitching depth to it? So the two guys that we added were two established starters out there. I think the first one, Chase Gardner, is going to be a guy that's going to be really good for us. He had a great year last year for the College of Marin. He had a great summer in the Cal Summer League out there, and he's a big, imposing left-handed pitcher, 6'6", 235, 240 pounds. Throws from a low three-quarter angle. Everything he throws up there moves, and he has a serious presence when he's on the mound. The thing that I'm really excited about Chase is it seems like last year, he was at San Francisco his freshman year, had some struggles last year. He seemed to really hone in on a plan for success and to go out there and win games. I think that's all he cares about. That's all he's focused on. And he's going to give us a chance every time he takes him out, whether it's on Sunday or during the midweek. But we're gonna feel really good with Chase on the mound this year. Jeffrey, on the other hand, he's a pitcher that we haven't had in a while. We haven't really had a four-pitch mix guy. We've had a couple really good pitchers, but he could really throw four pitches kind of where he wants, when he wants. He's super efficient. I could see him throwing 7-8 inning ball games this year in less than 100 pitches very easily. When he gets into a groove, it seems like he could put fastball, slider, splitter, curveball at the knees whenever he wants. He's another guy that had a lot of success at the junior college level. I think he knows how to win. I think he knows how to fill his position. I think the big thing for both those guys is that our league is really tough. There's no cupcake lineups in our league. There's no cupcake weekends in our league. So that might be the only thing that they have to adjust to. But I'll hedge my bets with guys that are 21 years old that are looking to do that. So we're really excited about both those guys. The other guy that has been able to kind of sneak into the mix there looks to be possibly the freshman Colby Dunlop. He has an electric arm, fastball that can run up there into the low 90s, 91, 92, with a lot of movement. He has a very good breaking ball. He has a pretty good changeup. I think early on he might have to help us out in the pen a little bit. Try to get him a little experience that way, and then give him a little bit more of a role as we go on through the season. His stuff, though, plays up at a very high level, and if we could get him a little success early on, if we had to move to him at some part later in the year, I think he would be a really tough guy to have to go through on a Sunday after facing Tim and Mason.
So you talked about the weekend guys, and you talked about the depth so far of your pitching staff. How does that bode going into your midweek starters, especially we had some hiccups last year in that role?
The thing that is important here is that every game matters. So I don't know how many wins we were short last year to make that tournament. It looks like we were probably one conference game short because we would have been conference champs if we won one more game. Were we a midweek game short? Possibly. Once again, I wasn't in the room. I don't know what the decision was, but we know that we were just short. So these midweek games have become very important since we've moved into the American especially. We know that if we have a really good season in this conference, if we can stack wins during the midweek, we should be playing in June and hopefully late into June. So the midweek games are really important, but the way we'll set it up right now is obviously, one of those junior college pitchers won't be pitching on Sunday. So that looks like a pretty safe bet that they'll get the weekday start. What we might do if we have 2 midweek games is that we have a lot of quality arms on this team. A lot of teams in our area, we call them staff days. We'll go up against a team and we'll see 6, 7, 8 different arms in a game. We might do that. We might have to do that if our starters are doing their jobs on the weekend just to be able to keep our other guys fresh. We might have to go into a Wednesday game and give, our relievers two innings, an inning of work, and kind of flip them in and out so they're ready to go on the weekend. So for us right now, I'm not really concerned too much of how we'll get those midweek games done. I know that we have enough talent on this team this year and in the staff that whoever we go to during the midweek, we should have a fairly good chance to win no matter how we do it.